Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Hello everybody, and welcome in to this Tuesday night Central Wisconsin South matchup between the Pacelli Cardinals and Almond-Bancroft. These two teams sitting atop the Central Wisconsin South Conference. My name is Caleb Jacoby alongside Adam Mueller doing the production for us tonight as the Pacelli Cardinals come into the Almond-Bancroft comes in at 12-2. Rather, the Pacelli Cardinals at number 1 in the conference. Almond-Bancroft at second. Pacelli just beat Almond-Bancroft last week. And leading off for Almond-Bancroft is Reagan Ulmernick. First pitch is a strike to Ulmernick. Pitching tonight for the Cardinals is Hannah Trzynski. That one's grounded over to second. Now over to first for out number 1 here in the top of the first inning.
Number 37, Jillian Newby.
That brings up number 2 in the order. Catcher Jillian Newby, wearing number 37. One down, as that one's grounded. Over to short, now over to first, and that is out number 2. So a quick 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first inning.
Olivia Baumgartner.
That brings up number 3 in the order, pitcher Olivia Baumgartner. About 79 degrees here in Clover, Wisconsin at WIAA Park. That one's popped up into right field and caught over there in right field. So 3 up and 3 down here in the top of the first inning. As Almond-Bancroft goes scoreless, we'll take a quick break and be right back with the bottom of the first right after this.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 1, 2, 3 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 1, 2, 3 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the second inning, where it'll be the Cardinals at bat. Again, both teams coming in at 12-2 overall. The Cardinals at 7-0 in the Central Wisconsin South, and Almond-Bancroft, the Almond-Bancroft Eagles at 7-1 in conference. The only loss for Almond-Bancroft coming against Pacelli in Almond-Bancroft last week, Monday, where the Cardinals got the win 9-2 over the Eagles. So the two top teams in the Central Wisconsin South, as the Eagles went 3 up and 3 down in the top of the first inning. And the Pacelli Cardinals, if you can believe this score or not, are coming off a win last week Thursday against Roshold, 40-0. They beat Roshold in a softball game, 40-0. I will repeat that, as Pacelli beat Roshold last week Thursday. Again, Pacelli 7-0 in conference play for number 1 in the conference. Almond-Bancroft at 7-1. If the Pacelli were to win this game, it would almost assure them the conference crown, as Pacelli's on a 7-game win streak coming into this game as well. But Pacelli's able to get the win against Almond-Bancroft today. Again, they almost assure themselves the conference title with a win today. And leading off for the Cardinals is Briar Armatowski, the second baseman. First pitch is low and outside for ball 1 to Armatowski. Pitch 2 down the pipe for strike number 1. 1-1 the count to Briar Armatowski. And on the mound for Almond-Bancroft tonight is Olivia Bumgardner. That one swung on and fouled back. And just about hits our camera there. Wobbles it a little bit. For strike number 2. That one's fouled back as Armatowski stays alive in the count. So 1-2 the count to Briar Armatowski. That one swung on, grounded over to second, now over to first for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. That brings up number 2 in the order. Pitcher Hannah Terzinski. Up to bat. She was the Zaleski Sports Highlight House Player of the Game earlier this season. I believe that was against Port Edwards here at WIAA Park, where Terzinski was the Player of the Game here for Zaleski Sports. That one's outside for ball 1 to Terzinski. Pitch 2 is grounded over to second again and easily over to first for out number 2. So 5 batters in total in the first inning and 5 outs. And that brings up Grace Rapinski. Rapinski, the third baseman. She was also the Zaleski Sports Player of the Game earlier this season. Can't remember who the Pacelli was playing in that one, as that one's grounded over and out at first once again. So 3 up and 3 down in the bottom of the first as well. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the top of the second right after.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And you know, that's what Chai has. It's the connection in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start here in the top of the second. Leading off for Almond-Bancroft is Chloe Dernbach. And first pitch from Terzinski to Dernbach is a strike. Again, both teams went 3 up and 3 down in the first inning. That one low and inside for ball 1 to Dernbach. That one low and inside again for ball number 2 to Chloe Dernbach. Again, some major conference standings implications here in this one. Cardinals in first place, Almond-Bancroft in second. That one popped back for strike 2. The count evens up at 2-2. Again, Pacelli knocking off Almond-Bancroft last week Monday in Almond-Bancroft. That one swung on, grounded over to second and through the gap into center field. So it's a base hit for Chloe Dernbach. Dernbach with the first hit of the night either side. That brings up number 5 in the order. Second baseman number 10, Messina Meadow. So runner at first, no outs for Messina Meadow. Meadow shows bunt, pulls back for ball 1. Meadow steps back into the box. 1-0 the count to Meadow. That one low and inside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. 2-0 the count. Runner at first base for Almond-Bancroft. No outs here in the top of the second inning. That one high and inside for ball number 3. The umpire shakes his head. Says that one is a ball. 3-0 the count from Hannah Terzinski to Messina Meadow. And that one's down the pipe for strike number 1 to Meadow. Pitch on the way and swung on and missed by Meadow there. And the count runs full at 3-2 to Messina Meadow.
Come on, Ted. Come on, Ted. Here we go. Right up the middle. Big gap. Here we go.
That one's popped up in the infield for out number 1. So Meadow pops out in the infield.
Up to bat, number 15.
And that brings up
Dernbach.
third baseman Lexi Dernbach. Again, there's about, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got eight games left in the season for both teams after this. So still some time before conference winner is awarded here in the Central Wisconsin South. That one's a strike to Dernbach, but the Cardinals are to win this one based on how both these teams have fared against the rest of the conference. They're undefeated against the rest of the conference. Good to assume Cardinals win this. That will be the conference. The Cardinals will most likely win the conference if they are able to take this one here today. And for Almond-Bancroft, they would actually take the lead in conference play because they have played one extra conference game. So they'd be 8-1, but the Cardinals would be 7-1 if Almond-Bancroft were to win this one. A big swing and a miss there from Dernbach. So again, big conference implications on the line here today between the Pacelli Cardinals and the Almond-Bancroft Eagles. And we'll see what happens. Still scoreless here in the top of the second. Another big swing and a miss as Dernbach strikes out. So Trzynski with her first strikeout on the day. 2 down here in the top of the second. And that brings up number 7 in the order, Gracie Rendalt. That one is a strike. 0-1 the count to Rendalt. Two outs, runner at first. It's Chloe Dernbach over at first. Rendalt at the plate. Pitch on the way. Pitch down the pike for strike. Number 2 to Gracie Rendalt. And it's Anna Trzynski, the freshman on the mound for the Pacelli Cardinals. That one down the middle again, so back-to-back strikeouts for Trzynski as Rendalt goes down looking for out number 3. We'll take another quick break and be right back.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Roof Tech LLC specializes in commercial roof coatings and spray foam. Roof Tech also services the entire state of Wisconsin. That's right, from La Crosse to Milwaukee, Eau Claire to Green Bay, Superior, Marshfield, Kenosha, Madison, Sheboygan, and everywhere in between. Roof Tech uses superior systems that can fully restore just about any roof in Wisconsin. Roof Tech is offering modern solutions for your roof's data dilemmas. See Roof Tech online at rooftechllc.com or Roof Tech LLC on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody. It's leading off for the Pacelli Cardinals is Sammy Miller. Miller, the shortstop tonight. That one's high and away for ball number 1 to Miller. Pitch on the way and fouled back just above our camera for strike number 1. 1-1 the count to Miller. Pitch on the way and fouled back again by Sammy Miller for strike number 2. 1-2 the count. Again, it's Olivia Bumgardner on the mound for Almond-Bancroft. As Miller faces the 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. That one's low for ball number 2. Evens up the count at 2-2. Count 2-2 to Miller. Pitch on the way and low and inside for ball number 3. So Sammy Miller continuing to stay patient at the plate. As the count runs full to Miller. Pitch on the way. That one shot out in the deep right field. And it hits the wall. So Sammy Miller with one that hits the wall in right field, and she's going to have a triple. So a big triple to start it off for the Cardinals for Sammy Miller. That one hit the wall. Miller got a good bat on that one. And that brings up number 5 in the order, left fielder Emma Van Order. Again, my name is Cale Jacoby on the call tonight alongside Adam Mueller doing the production tonight. So runner at third, no outs for Emma Van Order. As she gets that bunt down. As it's called a strike. So 0-1 the count to Emma Van Order. Pitch on the way right down the middle for strike number 2 to Van Order. Again, it's Miller over at third. No outs here for the right-handed Emma Van Order on the plate for Pacelli. Pitch on the way, fouled back. As Van Order stays alive in the count. Count still at 0-2, Emma Van Order. Pitch on the way, high and away for ball 1 to Van Order. That one swung on and fouled back again by Van Order. So Van Order just staying alive here in the count. Again, the count 1-2 to Van Order. Runner at third. No outs here in the bottom of the second. Pitch on the way. That one popped up and it hits the fencing and fouled. So 1-2 the count. And also some news for the Pacelli Cardinals. Girls basketball coach Jake Jolling resigning from the basketball team. And that one shot out in the center field for Van Order. So Emma Van Order is going to have a single, and Sammy Miller scores for the first run of the game.
Up to bat, number 19, Emily Grzinski.
So single for Van Order, and that brings up number 6 in the order, Emily Grzinski, the first baseman. And that pitch is in there for strike 1 to Grzinski. So 0 on the count, runner at first. Pacelli now leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. That pitch just outside for ball 1. That one high and away for ball number 2. So it's just a little over a week ago where girls basketball head coach Jake Joling announced his resignation as he took a coaching job over in Fond du Lac. So congratulations to Jake Joling on the new opportunity for him, and we'll see where the Cardinals go at head coach for the girls basketball team. And we had the pleasure of speaking with Coach Joling throughout the girls basketball season here for the Cardinals. Just about basically every game here for the Cardinals during their basketball season. As count runs full here to Grzinski. Pitch on the way. That one fouled back. Count stays at 3-2 to Emily Grzinski. Again, it's Van Order over at first. Cardinals lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. It was Van Order with the single, bringing home Sammy Miller from third for the run. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back right in the exact same spot, really, as the previous foul ball. Cardinals looking to solidify their spot at the top of the conference in this game. That one swung on, fouled back again by Grzinski. So full count to Grzinski, the right-hander. That one high, so Grzinski will take her base. Van Order will head over to second, and that'll bring up number 7 in the order, center fielder Sydney Gavin. So Gavin will have 2 runners on, no out here in the bottom of the second. So the Cardinals with it. Another chance to put some more runs on the board here in the bottom of the second inning as pitch 1 is outside for ball 1 to Gavin. Pitch on the way, pitch inside but a strike. 1-1 the count now to Gavin. One the count. Runners at first and second. No outs. Pitch on the way and low for ball 2. 2-1 the count now. Pitch on the way. That one swung on, grounded over to second. As they thought about going for the out at second and then go for the out at first, but it's too late as runners are all safe. So the bases are loaded for Jaden Petrie, the catcher, up to bat for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals in prime position to extend this 1-run lead over Almond-Bancroft. Pitch on the way. That one popped out into shallow right, and it'll fall. So run will score. Another run coming, and we'll have a pickle here as it's Grover in the pickle, and she'll be out. As a lot of confusion on the field as it was Petrie who had the hit and was at first, but she came off of first for some reason. I don't know if and it was. still trying to figure things out here. As we'll have at least 2 outs. We'll see what they decide. We'll see as they discuss out on the mound at the field. There's a wild sequence there. This is going to be 3 outs. It'll be a triple play there, and that'll do it for the second inning. We'll take another quick break and be right back with the top of the third right after this.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Hello everybody and welcome back as we get set to start the top of the third inning. But first, we'll talk to our friends over at Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm's Garden Center is open. Pick up annuals, perennials, shrubs, and vegetables, plus make your yard look great with lawn fertilizers, tools, grass seed, power equipment, lawnmowers, and more. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. So head over to your local Fleet Farm for all of your gardening needs over at Fleet Farm.
We got Miller Van Order.
So they say that Emma Van Order scored. She did. They did count the run for Emma Van Order. Emma Van Order. So it's 2-0. As that's going to be out number 1. As it was Carly Lamb with the ground out.
At bat number 4, Claire Trzynski.
Let's take it away now. Let's go.
As now up to bat is Claire Trzynski. Trzynski over in right field tonight for Almond-Bancroft. The Cardinals lead 2-0 over the Eagles here in the top of the third. That one down the middle for strike number 1. 1-1 the count to Trzynski from Trzynski. Different spelling, but both Trzynskis pitching and hitting for each team. That one popped out into left field in foul territory, and it will be a foul. So 1-2 the count to Claire Trzynski. That one chipped back as Trzynski stays alive in the count. Pitch on the way, and that one's low and outside for ball number 2. The count evens up at 2-2. With some NBA news, the Milwaukee Bucks went up 2-0 in their series against the Miami Heat in the first round of the NBA playoffs last night. Again, the Heat were the team that knocked the Bucks out of the playoffs last year in the bubble. That one grounded to Trzynski and out at first base. So Claire Trzynski grounds out, and it's 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the third, and that takes us back to the top of the order with Reagan Ummernick. Ummernick grounded out her first at-bat in the first inning. Pitch on the way, pitch high and away for ball number 1 to Ummernick. Pitch 2 from Krasinski. Big swing and a miss by Ummernick there. As the count evens at 1-1 to Ummernick. Pitch on the way and swung on and fouled off over into right field territory as the count runs at 1-2 to Ummernick. So 1-2 the count. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the third. Ummernick. Pitch on the way, swung on, popped out into center field, and that'll fall. So Ummernick's going to have a base hit, and that'll bring up catcher Jillian Newby. Newby grounded out in the first inning, her first at-bat as well. So Newby will face 2 outs with a runner at first. Again, these two teams fighting for first place in the Central Wisconsin South right now is Pacelli with it. That one in there for strike 1. So 0-1 the count to Newby, runner at first. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Pitch on the way. That one's high for ball 1 to Newby. Pitch on the way and swung on and fouled off into right field territory. 1-2 the count now to Newby. So we also have DC Everest and Spash softball. That's actually going on right behind us here, as that one's popped back and fouled. That game going on about maybe 40-50 feet to the left of me over here, actually. Right behind us here. As it's Spash down 2-4 to DC Everest in the bottom of the 5th over in that game. And a big swing and a miss from Newby to end the inning, as we will keep it here, as we'll hear from our friends over at Point Heating. Get comfortable this winter with Point Heating and Cooling. Point Heating and Cooling is your Lennox dealer in Stevens Point and Plover, with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Sign up for planned service and receive 10% off parts and a reminder to service your furnace and central air conditioner. Call Point Heating and Cooling at 715-345-1979. That's 715-345-1979, and visit them online at pointheating.com. We'll also hear from our friends over at the great folks by Stevens Point Brewery. Be sure to sit back and enjoy the handcrafted sodas from the Stevens Point Brewery, made from 100% real sugar and high-quality ingredients. Select from a variety of styles, including Point Root Beer, Diet Root Beer, Black Cherry Cream, Orange Cream, Vanilla Cream, and Kitty Cocktail. For more than 15 years, Point Premium Root Beer has been a tradition right here in central Wisconsin. Stevens Point Brewery supports all area student athletes. And big thanks to both Point Heating and Stevens Point Brewery and all of our sponsors here at Zaleski Sports. Be sure to check out some of that Stevens Point Brewery root beer. Some fantastic stuff over there at the Stevens Point Brewery. As leading off for the Pacelli Cardinals here in the bottom of the third inning, it will be right fielder Julia Storch. Storch with her first at-bat here in the third inning.
Up to bat, number 6, Julia Storch.
Pitch 1 is popped out into right center, and that one will fall. So Julia Storch with a base hit to start off here in the bottom of the third, as the Cardinals look to extend that 2-0 lead. And that brings us back to the top of the order with second baseman Briar Armatowski. Armatowski grounded out her first at-bat back in the first inning. Pitch on the way, swung on, grounded over to second. They get the out at second, go for it at first. They won't have it at first. So Storch is out heading to second, but Armatowski is going to reach on the fielder's choice. And that brings up pitcher Hannah Trzynski. As Trzynski grounded out her first at-bat in the first inning. Pitch on the way. Trzynski puts on the bunt, stealing second, and successfully is Armatowski. So Armatowski steals over to second, and first pitch is a ball to Trzynski. Again, it's Olivia Bumgardner on the mound for the Almond-Bancroft Eagles tonight. Pitch on the way, swung on, popped up into foul territory, and it'll fall foul. So a foul ball there from Trzynski. Armatowski will head back to second, as it's the 1-1 count to Trzynski. Pitch on the way, swung on, popped up into right field and caught over in right field. So that'll be out number 2 here in the bottom of the third as Hannah Trzynski pops out to right field. And that brings up number 3 in the order, third baseman Grace Rapinski. As Rapinski grounded out her first at-bat in the first inning as well. As Rapinski will face 2 outs with a runner at second here with Bumgardner on the mound as she fouls the first pitch back over into right field territory. So 0-1 the count to Grace Rapinski. And we also have Pacelli baseball being broadcast tonight here as well, as Pacelli baseball leads Almond-Bancroft. So we have 2 Pacelli Almond-Bancroft games here tonight, both baseball and softball, both being broadcasted live for free by Zaleski Sports. As that pitch is low for ball 1 to Rapinski, as the Cardinals lead the Eagles 5-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Pacelli Almond-Bancroft baseball. Pitch on the way, fouled back again. So 1-2 the count now to Grace Rapinski. As it's Mike Wenlett on the call. Over there at Buchholz, I believe. That one's grounded through the gap. Rapinski with a single, and that will bring home Armatowski for a run. So it's Rapinski with the single. So the Cardinals up 3-0 now, taking a commanding lead here in the third inning. And that brings up number 4 in the order, shortstop Sammy Miller. Sammy Miller with a triple in the second inning at her first at-bat. First pitch is high for ball 1, so Miller faces 2 outs, the 1-0 count, with a runner at first. Pitch on the way, swung on and popped back, foul for Miller. One the count to Miller. Runner at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Cardinals lead 3-0. That one swung on, grounded over to short. Throw over to first is good for out number 3 as Sammy Miller grounds out. And that'll do it for the third inning. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the top of the fourth.
When you get moving again, be safe and ready to go. Use your stimulus or tax return to save up to $150 on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. At Sherrill Tire and Service Center.
Get your car done right.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for the top of the fourth inning as the Pacelli Cardinals lead Almond-Bancroft Eagles 3-0 here. But before we get started with the fourth, we'll hear from our friends over at Draxler Transport. Draxler has flatbed driving opportunities that pay you a 5 cents per mile premium over van. At Draxler Transport, drivers are always home for their requested time off. Draxler Transport is a family-oriented company that treats you like family. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today. We'll also hear from our friends over at Spectrum Benefit Solutions. Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices in Wausau, Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, Medford, and Spencer. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. Big thanks to both Draxler Transport and Spectrum Benefit Solutions. As leading off for Almond-Bancroft here will be pitcher Olivia Bumgardner. Bumgardner popped out to right fielder first at bat. First pitch, she pops back foul for strike number 1. So 0-1 the count to Bumgardner. Cardinals lead the Eagles 3-0 here in the top of the fourth. Again, both these teams battling for first place in the Central Wisconsin South. Big swing and a miss on a high pitch there from Bumgardner. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way, and that one shot out into deep left field and caught over there in left field by Emma Van Order for out number 1 here in the top of the fourth, as Bumgardner got a good hit on that one, but a nice play over there in left field by Emma Van Order. And that brings up number 4 in the order, first baseman Chloe Dernbach. Dernbach had a base hit her first at-bat in the second inning. That was the first hit of this contest for either side. Pitch on the way, low and inside for ball 1 to Dernbach. So 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the fourth to Chloe Dernbach facing the 1-0 count. Pitch on the way, pitch high and away for ball 2. 2-0 the count now. Again, both teams come in at 12-2 in their overall records. It was Pacelli beating Almond-Bancroft last week on Monday. So that one's in there for strike. strike one to Dernbach. Pacelli knocked off Almond-Bancroft 9-2 in last week's battle. Pitch high and outside for ball 3 to Dernbach. It's a warm day here at WIAA, at the WIAA Sports Complex. Here in Clover, that pitch is high, and Dernbach will take her base.
Up to bat, number 10,
that brings up
Meadow.
number 5 in the order, Messina Meadow. Messina Meadow, the second baseman. We also have Marshfield boys and girls track and field on the Celeste Sports Broadcast Network as well here tonight. As pitch 1 to Meadow is strike number 1. So 0-1 the count to Meadow. Runner at first. One out. That one shot out in center field. That one is out in center field.
At bat, number 15.
As it's Sydney Gavin with the catch out there in center field. 4 out, number 2 here in the top of the 4th. And that'll bring up number 6 in the order, Lexi Dernbach. She's over at third base tonight for the Eagles. She struck out her first at bat in the second inning. As she swings and misses on that. And runner trying to steal second will be out. It's Dernbach out trying to steal at second. So that'll be out number 3 here in the top of the 4th. We'll take another quick break and be right back with the bottom of the 5th right after this.
Valley Communities Credit Union wants you to know that buying a home has never been easier.
With mortgage rates as low as 2.49% APR, financing your home has never been more affordable.
With Valley Communities Credit Union, we have low closing costs, local servicing, and underwriting.
We will make it simple and secure from beginning to end.
Call, click, or visit one of our 5 locations
and let our team show you why membership matters at VCCU.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 1, 2, 3 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 1, 2, 3 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the 4th inning here as the Pacelli Cardinals lead the Almond-Bancroft Eagles 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 4th. As it'll be Emma Van Order leading off at the 5 spot for the Cardinals. Van Order had a single her first at-bat in the second inning and an RBI on that at-bat as well. She brought in Sammy Miller from third on that at-bat for the Cardinals' first run of the night. Since they scored 2 more, and it's 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th as Emma Van Order leads off for the Pacelli Cardinals. First pitch is outside, right on the outside corner for strike number 1. So 0-1 the count to Emma Van Order. That one swung on. Shot out to short, now over to first, and out at first. So Emma Van Order grounds out for out number 1.
Number 19, Emily Grzinski.
That brings up number 6 in the order, Emily Grzinski. Grzinski, the first baseman for the Cardinals tonight. First pitch is swung on and shot out into right field. And that'll be fair. It was right down the first base line and just falls fair. So Emily Grzinski will have a triple for the Pacelli Cardinals. That's the second triple of the day for the Cardinals. It was Miller in the second inning with her triple, as that one just falls fair for Grzinski. She got all of that pitch from Bumgardner. And that brings up center fielder Sydney Gavin, batting at the 7th spot tonight. So 1 out, runner at third for Sydney Gavin, who reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. That one popped up into center field and out in center field, but Grzinski is going to come home. So Emily Grzinski scores on the sacrifice fly from Sydney Gavin. So 2 outs now, but a run scores for the Cardinals. And that brings up number 8 in the order. It's Jaden Heatree. Heatree catching tonight for the Cardinals. Heatree is out her first at bat in the second inning. And pitch 1 is a ball to Heatree. Pitch on the way and high for ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Heatree. A big swing, and that one's grounded through the center field gap, as Heatree will have a base hit. We'll have a courtesy runner here for Heatree, and it will be, see the number, it'll be Lane Ilka as the courtesy runner for the Cardinals over at first.
At bat, number 6, Julia Storch.
Now up to bat for the Cardinals at the number 9 spot. Out of right field, it's Julia Storch. Storch singled her first at bat in the 3rd inning. She faces 2 outs and a runner at first here for the Cardinals. The big swing and a miss from Storch there. It's 0-1 the count. So 0-1 the count to Julia Storch. Pitch on the way, high and away. Runner stealing second. Runner safe at second, as second baseman, Almond-Bancroft was late to get over there to second. So it's Ilka safe at second. That pitch is a strike. So 1-2 the count now to Julia Storch. One, two the count. Runner at second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th to Storch. Pitch on the way. That one swung on. Fair, as Storch is out at first, and that'll do it for the 4th inning. So the Cardinals lead 4-0 after 4 innings of play. And we'll take a quick break and be right back with the top of the 5th right after this.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as Pacelli Cardinals lead the Almond-Bancroft Eagles 4-0 heading into the 5th inning. Before we get to that, we will hear from our friends over at Felt's Dairy. Felt's Dairy is located at the Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy is a family-friendly experience serving your favorite cheeses, ice cream, meat, and more, all grown right here in central Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy is open Monday through Saturday and 24/7 on Facebook.
At bat, number 15, Lexi Dernbach.
And leading off for the Almond-Bancroft Eagles, batting out of the sixth spot will be Lexi Dernbach. Dernbach struck out swinging back in her first at-bat in the second inning. First pitch is a ball to Dernbach. So 1-0 the count to Lexi Dernbach from Hannah Terzinski. That one's swung on, fouled back for strike number 1. That one popped back, fouled once again for strike number 2. 1-2 the count to Dernbach. Pitch on the way and a big swing and a miss from Dernbach, who goes down swinging again. As that's Hannah Terzinski's fourth strikeout on the day. For out number 1 here in the top of the 5th, and that brings up number 7 in the order, Gracie Rendault. Rendault struck out looking her first at bat in the second inning. That one is a strike. 0-1 the count to Rendault. Pitch on the way and bunt down, and it's fouled off from Rendault, looking to get a bunt down there as the count goes to 0-2 to Gracie Rendault. Pitch on the way and swung on into the gap into left field, and Rendault's going to have a base hit here in the 5th inning to get the Eagles started here in the top of the 5th.
Carly Lamb.
And that brings up out of the 8th spot, Carly Lamb. Lamb grounded out her first at-bat, as she'll face 1 out and a runner at first here. Pitch on the way. She tries to get the bunt down. They say she went across, and they try to get Rendault out at first. No good, though. She'll be safe, as 0-1 the count to Carly Lamb. That one low and inside for ball 1 to Lamb. One the count now to Carly Lamb. And a big swing and a miss on an inside pitch. They'll try to get her out at first again. It gets by. Rendault will be safe at first all the same. The count runs to 1-2 to Carly Lamb. And we've done a few Pacelli softball games here this year. That's a big swing and a miss there from Lamb, who strikes out swinging. And again, we've done Pacelli softball throughout this season, and for you Pacelli Cardinal fans, you know this. The games I've done, you just haven't seen Hannah Terzinski behind in the count much. It seems like counts always 0-2, 1-2, 2-2 maybe, but rarely does she even get to 3 balls. She tends to find the strike zone quite a bit in her pitching starts for the Cardinals. And Trzynski, the freshman for the Cardinals. As first pitch is a ball now to Claire Trzynski, up to bat for the Eagles. And just as I say that, we have 2 quick balls thrown here. So 2-0 the count to Claire Trzynski, with a runner at first and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. That one on the way. That one is a strike. So 2-1 the count now to Claire Trzynski. Again, it's Rendahl over at first for the Eagles. Pitch on the way. Pitch swung on and hit out in the left field for another base hit. So it's a base hit for Claire Trzynski, her first hit on the night. And it'll send Rendahl over to second and bring us right back to the top of the order for Almond-Bancroft with Reagan Amernick. Amernick 1 for 2 on the day. She grounded out in the first and had a base hit back in the third. And she faces 2 outs and 2 on here in the top of the 5th. That one outside for ball 1 to Amernick. That one high and away for ball number 2 to Amernick. The count to Reagan Amernick as she swings on that one and fouls it back. 2-1 the count to Reagan Amernick as we have runners at first and second and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way and swung on and fouled back. Count back evens up at 2-2. So Amernick facing the 2-2 count with runners at first and second. With 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Hannah Trzynski on the mound for the Cardinals. Pitch on the way, swung on. Out into the infield, and that'll be out number 3 here in the top of the 5th. We'll take another quick break as Almond-Bancroft goes scoreless. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th right after this.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has. You know, my best interest in mind always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the 5th inning, where the Cardinals will be back at the top of the order with Briar Matowski. And just checking in over in Pacelli with Pacelli Baseball. Pacelli Baseball up 8-0 on Almond-Bancroft in the bottom of the 5th. So Pacelli leading Almond-Bancroft in both baseball and softball right now. As again, it's Briar Matowski leading off for the Cardinals.
Number 25.
as she grounded out her first at-bat and reached on a fielder's choice her second at-bat in the third inning. As it looks like as that first pitch is a ball, low and away for ball one. It looks like Spash softball has concluded. As soon as we get a final score update on that, we'll let you know. That one low and away for ball two. 2-0 the count to Armatowski. So 2-0, nobody on, no outs in the bottom of the fifth to Briar Armatowski. Again, it's Bumgardner on the mound from Almond-Bancroft. That one swung on, hit out into right field, but foul for Armatowski. As it looks like Spash loses. They drop the game to DC Everest. So DC Everest takes down Spash 4-2. As Spash drops that one. So DC Everest with the win over Spash softball here today. As this pitch on the way, that one fouled back and right over into the fan section here at WIAA Park for strike two to Armatowski. 2-2 the count. Pitch on the way, that one way high and over the glove of the catcher. Puts the count at 3-2 now to Briar Armatowski, the lefty. Pitch on the way, high and away for ball four. As Armatowski heads over to first on a walk. And that brings up pitcher Hannah Trzynski. As Trzynski grounded out her first at-bat, popped out to right fielder second. So 0 for 2 on the day is Trzynski. As pitch on the way and in there for strike number one to Trzynski. Pitch on the way. That one grounded over to first. They'll go for the out at second. They won't have it. The pitch is the throw is way low. Now they'll go for it at third. They won't have it. Now they'll go for Trzynski at second, and they'll get Trzynski out at second. So the Cardinals a little hesitant on their base running there, but nonetheless, they get a runner at third, but Trzynski will be out trying to head over to second. So Armatowski's going to head over to third, and Trzynski's out at second.
22.
And that brings up Grace Rapinski batting at number 3 in the order. Rapinski 1 for 2 on the day. She grounded out her first at-bat, had a single her second back in the third inning. Pitch on the way, that one high and away for ball one to Rapinski. Rapinski faces one out with a runner at third. That one grounded, and they went for the out at third, but Armatowski wisely stays put, and that allows Rapinski to reach first on the fielder's choice. And that brings up Sammy Miller batting at the four spot rather.
Sammy Miller.
Miller 1 for 2 on the day. She tripled back in the second and grounded out back in the third. As that one's popped up and fouled off into right field territory for strike one. as looking at the radar here, we may have some rain coming through. This game might conclude before it gets here, but that one fouled back for strike 2 to Miller. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get to Stevens Point or Plover before this game is done, but looks like some heavy rain in the forecast later tonight, as stealing second, nobody sees her. So Rapinski just tiptoes her way over to second and steals second, as the count is 1-2 to Sammy Miller. And a big swing and a miss from Miller, who strikes out swinging for out number 2 here in the 5th.
At bat, number 33, Emma Van Order.
And that brings up number 5 in the order, Emma Van Order. Emma Van Order had a base hit back in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. This one is out. So Emma Van Order quickly with out number 3. That'll do it for the 5th inning. So the Cardinals still lead 4-0 over the Almond-Bancroft Eagles heading into the top of the 6th. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Roof Tech LLC specializes in commercial roof coatings and spray foam. Roof Tech also services the entire state of Wisconsin. That's right, from La Crosse to Milwaukee, Eau Claire to Green Bay, Superior, Marshfield, Kenosha, Madison, Sheboygan, and everywhere in between. Roof Tech uses superior systems that can fully restore just about any roof in Wisconsin. Roof Tech is offering modern solutions for your roof's data dilemmas. See Roof Tech online at rooftechllc.com or Roof Tech LLC on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the 6th inning here at WIAA, the WIAA Sports Complex here in Plover, Wisconsin. As Pacelli Cardinals lead the Almond-Bancroft Eagles 4-0. And leading off for Almond-Bancroft is Jillian Newby. And first pitch is a ball to Newby. Newby 0 for 2 on the day. She grounded out her first at-bat in the 1st inning and struck out swinging in her 2nd in the 3rd inning. That one's right down the middle for strike number 1 to Newby. Pitch on the way. That one shot out into the center field gap, and it'll be a single for Jillian Newby as the Eagles look to cut into this 4-run deficit here in the 6th inning.
Olivia Baumgartner.
But again, if you live around the Stevens Point area or surrounding areas, be on the lookout for some heavy rain and thunderstorms here at the conclusion of this game and a little bit after into the night here tonight. That one's popped up and fouled back for strike number 1. It's Olivia Baumgartner up to bat for the Eagles. As Baumgartner's 0 for 2 on the day, she's popped out in both of her 2 at-bats. 1 to right field, 1 to left field. Pitch on the way, pitch low and past the catcher as Newby is going to head over to 2nd. And that's ball number 1 to Baumgartner. So 1-1 the count to Olivia Baumgartner. And that one shot out into left field for Baumgartner as Newby coming home, and Newby will score. So it's Olivia Baumgartner with the single that brings in Jillian Newby for Almond-Bancroft's first run here today. And you knew it was just a matter of time before Almond-Bancroft put something on the board. As again, these two teams both come in at 12-2, both high quality teams here in the Central Wisconsin South facing off today. So you knew the Eagles would get something on the board at some point. We'll see if they're able to further cut into this Cardinal lead here, as it's Chloe Dernbach, the first baseman, up to bat now for the Eagles. Dernbach had a base hit in the second, and she walked in the fourth. Ball high. That one is a ball. Ball number 1, 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way in, high for ball number 2 to Chloe Dernbach. So 2-0 the count, runner at first, no outs here in the top of the 6th. Chloe Dernbach facing the 2-0 count. Pitch on the way, and that one is down the pike for strike number 1. So 2-1 the count out of Dernbach, runner at first, no outs. Pitch on the way, that one swung on, fouled back by Chloe Dernbach. And that evens up the count at 2-2. So 2-2 the count, runner at first. Pitch on the way, that one fouled back again by Dernbach.
Come on, Hannah, here we go.
Pitch on the way, swung on, fouled back once again. So Dernbach just staying alive. So 2-2 the count. Pitch on the way, swung on, grounded over to short. They go for the out at second. They get it, go for the double play. They won't have the double play, but they get the lead runner at second, does Pacelli. And Dernbach will reach on a fielder's choice. And that'll bring up number 5 in the order, Messina Meadow. Meadow's got a base hit. She's walked and reached on a fielder's choice in her first 3 at-bats, so she's been on base all 3 at-bats here today. First pitch is high and away for ball 1 to Meadow. So 1-0 the count with a runner at first. That one high for ball 2. Pitch on the way. That one low and inside for ball 3. 3-0 the count to Meadow. As Terzinski trying to find the strike zone here, facing off with Messina Meadow. And she'll find it. That one right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 the count now to Messina Meadow. Pitch on the way and high. So Meadow walked for the second time tonight. She takes her base. That sends Dernbach to second. Now bringing up Lexi Dernbach, batting at number 6 in the order. Dernbach has struck out swinging both her at-bats so far today. Is a quick meeting on the mound between Hannah Terzinski and catcher Jaden Eitri. So Lexi Dernbach with a chance to bring some runners home for the Eagles, as she has 2 runners on base, just 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Pitch on the way, right down the middle for strike 1 to Lexi Dernbach. Pitch on the way, that one popped up foul. So 0-2 the count quickly to Lexi Dernbach.
Come on, Hannah, you got it, kid.
Pitch on the way and swung on. Big swing and miss from Dernbach, who goes down swinging again for out number 2 here in the top of the 6th. And that brings up Gracie Rendell. Rendell struck out looking in the 2nd and singled back in the 5th. As first pitch is a strike to Rendell there. And runners at first and second. Pitch on the way. That one low and inside. Runners are going to be able to advance. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Almond-Bancroft, with Gracie Rendell up to bat facing the 1-1 count. Terzinski on the windup, the pitch, and a big swing and a miss there from Rendell. Terzinski with 5 strikeouts so far tonight. Pitch on the way and called a ball. It was called a ball, and even Rendell thought that one was a strike herself. She started walking back to the dugout thinking the inning was over, but called a ball. So the count evens at 2-2 to Rendell. She swings, fouls that one down the first base line, as they're right in the same position. Two the count to Rendell. And that one's just inside for ball number 3. So the count runs full to Rendell. Looks like the second half of the Spash DC Everest doubleheader going on now, as that's going to be a strikeout. Rendell strikes out swinging as the 6th strikeout for Hannah Terzinski for out number 3 here in the top of the 6th, as we'll take a quick break and be right back with the bottom of the 6th.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for the bottom of the 6th here with the Pacelli Cardinals leading the Almond-Bancroft Eagles 4-1. The Eagles put up a run in the 6th inning. Cardinals up 4-1. But before we get to that, we will hear from our friends over at Valley Communities Credit Union. It's never too early to start teaching the value of saving. Your youngsters can learn today with a Valley Communities Credit Union Kids Club or Teen Savings Club membership. We make saving fun and easy with prizes for making deposits and getting good grades. Stop into one of our 5 locations in Mosinee, Croninwater, Marshfield, Stevens Point, and Wisconsin Rapids to open an account for your kids today.
Emily.
Big thanks to our friends over at Valley Communities Credit Union. Again, never too early to start the kids off with a savings account. And if you'd like to, be sure to head over to Valley Communities Credit Union to get started. And that first pitch is high and away for ball 1 for leadoff hitter. Leadoff hitter Emily Grzinski. Grzinski walked her first at bat and had a triple back in the 4th. So she's 1 for 1 on the day. That one fouled back. 1-1 the count to Grzinski. So 1-1 the count. Nobody on, no outs. That one fouled off into right field territory. So 1-2 the count now to Emily Grzinski.
For the Panthers,
1-2 the count. That one low and away. Evens up the count at 2-2 to Emily Grzinski. The Cardinals looking to extend this 3-run lead here. Throw on the way and fouled off into right field territory once again. Count at 2-2 to Grzinski. Pitch on the way and right down the middle for strike 3. So Emily Grzinski strikes out looking for out number 1. And that brings up center fielder Sydney Gavin. Gavin reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning and popped out to center field in the 4th inning. Gavin, the lefty, she swings and grounds that one over to second, now over to first for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th for the Pacelli Cardinals, as that brings up number 8 in the order, Jaden Heatree, the catcher. Heatree had a base hit back in the 4th. That one's right down the middle for strike 1 right off the bat to Heatree. 0-1 the count. That one shot out to second base and out at first. So 3 up and 3 down here in the bottom of the 6th for the Pacelli Cardinals. As the score stays 4-1 heading into the top of the 7th. It'll be the Eagles' last chance in the top of the 7th inning. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the 7th right after this.
When you get moving again, be safe and ready to go. Use your stimulus or tax return to save up to $150 on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires at Sherrill Tire and Service Center.
Get your car done right.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for the Eagles as their last chance effort here in the top of the 7th. But first, we'll hear from our friends over at Awards & More. Awards & More is your one-stop location for awards, plaques, trophies, embroidery, screen printing, and promotional products. Awards & More is also the proud sponsor of the Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month. Visit Awards & More on Facebook to begin your next trophy order. Big thanks to our friends at Awards & More, especially for sponsoring the prestigious Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month. as this is Almond-Bancroft's last shot here in the top of the 7th to either tie or take the lead over the Pacelli Cardinals. Again, this game for first place in the Central Wisconsin South, as Cardinals have the lead right now in the conference at 7-0, the Eagles at 7-1 in conference. So the winner would have sole possession of first place, and conference race would be far from over, but especially if the Cardinals are able to seal this 3-point victory, it's looking like the Cardinals are going to come away as Central Wisconsin South champs here
Up to bat, number 7.
in the 2021 softball season. But first, leading off for Almond-Bancroft is Carly Lamb out of the 8th spot. And first pitch is a strike to Lamb. It's Trzynski. If the game ends here in the 7th, Trzynski will have played a full 7 innings here today, as Carly Lamb grounded out her first at bat and struck out her second, over 2 on the day, as that one's high for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Lamb. Pitch on the way, and low and inside for ball 2 to Lamb. So 2-1 the count. Nobody on and no out. None out here in the top of the 7th. Pitch on the way, swung on, fouled back by Lamb. As the count runs at 2-2 to Carly Lamb. Again, it's Hannah Trzynski on the mound for the Cardinals.
Come on, kid. Here we go.
Pitch on the way. That one's high and away off the glove of Heatree. And the count runs full.
Hey, you got it, Hannah. Come on, kid. Hey, here we go, Hannah.
The count runs full to Carly Lamb. Lamb looking to get the Eagles started here with this last chance effort here in the top of the 7th, as she fouls that one back once again.
You got this.
As the count stays full at 3-2 to Carly Lamb.
Here we go.
Pitch on the way and fouled back right into the same spot.
You got it, Hannah.
Lamb a little early on the swings there.
You got it, Hannah. Come on.
Both teams looking for that first place spot in the Central Wisconsin South. That one fouled back again by Lamb, so Lamb just making contact, staying alive in the count.
You got it, Hannah. You got it.
Come on, Hannah. You got it, kid. You're doing great.
And be sure to stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy post-game show coming up immediately following tonight's game. That pitch on the way, grounded into the gap into right field. So Carly Lamb with a full count, singles out into right field.
Up to bat, number 4.
That brings up number 9 in the order. It's Claire Trzynski, the right fielder. Pitch on the way, high and outside for ball 1.
All right, Hannah. Here we go. Come on, buddy. You got it.
So 1-0 the count to Claire Trzynski. As runner heading to second, runner will be safe at second. So runner in scoring position now. It's Carly Lamb in scoring position at second for the Eagles, as the 2-0 count to Claire Trzynski at the plate for Almond-Bancroft. And that one just hits the outside corner for strike 1.
Trust the D. Trust the D. Here we go.
2-1 the count now to Claire Trzynski. Runner at second. No outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Cardinals lead 4-1. As that one swung on, hit out into center field and out in center field. The play made by Sydney Gavin out in center field. So 1 out now, 1 down, as that one's popped out to center. Now up to bat for Almond-Bancroft. We head back to the top of the order with Reagan Ummernick. She's 1 for 3 on the day. She grounded out, had a base hit, and then popped out in her first 3 at-bats. That one high for ball 1. So 1-0 the count to Ummernick. Runner at second, 1 out. Trzynski on the mound for Pacelli. As that one's low and inside for ball 2. Pitch on the way and outside for ball number 3. So 3-0 the count to Reagan Ummernick. As Almond-Bancroft trying to make one last effort here to tie this one up or take the lead. That one's a strike from Trzynski. Pitch on the way, and that one just outside the zone for ball 4. Ummernick takes her base. So we have runners at first and second, and that brings up Jillian Newby, the catcher for the Eagles. She's 1 for 3 on the day, grounded out, struck out, and had a base hit in her first 3 at-bats. Now a meeting on the mound here for the Cardinals. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Valley Communities Credit Union wants you to know that buying a home has never been easier.
With mortgage rates as low as 2.49% APR, financing your home has never been more affordable.
With Valley Communities Credit Union, we have low closing costs, local servicing, and underwriting.
We will make it simple and secure from beginning to end.
Call, click, or visit one of our 5 locations
and let our team show you why membership matters at VCCU.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start back in action here in the 7th inning. It's the Almond-Bancroft Eagles looking to cut into the Pacelli Cardinals 3-point lead here with runners at first and second, 1 out, and it's Jillian Newby at the plate for the Eagles. We had a meeting on the mound. Trzynski still out there, as that one's a strike to Newby. Again, Trzynski's been on the mound all game. Not an easy thing to do to pitch all 7 innings in softball or baseball.
Yeah, let's go, D. Let's go, D.
But Trzynski's going for it here tonight as some clouds begin to loom over us here. We hope we can get through this before the rain comes. As I said, looking at the radar before, some heavy rain in the forecast later tonight.
Hey, you got this, Hannah. Here we go.
As we'll see what happens with the weather. The wind picks up a bit, gets a little cooler. That one is hit right to Trzynski, and that'll be a double play. So the out, Trzynski catches it on the mound, then gets the double play over at first to end it here in Clover, with the Pacelli Cardinals taking down the Almond-Bancroft Eagles and taking sole control of the Central Wisconsin South Conference as the Pacelli Cardinals take the Eagles down 4-1 here Tuesday night. And stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the Nasonville Dairy postgame show right after this.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome back, everybody, as it's time now for your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. Head over to NasonvilleDairy.com, and tonight we saw in this Central Wisconsin South Conference big-time matchup between the Pacelli Cardinals and the Almond-Bancroft Eagles. Pacelli Cardinals take it 4-1. They improved to 13-2 overall and 8-1 in conference. The Almond-Bancroft Eagles drop to 7-2 in conference and 12-3 overall, and the Cardinals all but seal the Central Wisconsin South Conference. Obviously, they're going to have to beat a couple more opponents. They are undefeated in the Central Wisconsin South Conference so far. So I'm going to make the prediction that Pacelli Cardinals are going to win the Central Wisconsin South, especially because they've already played Almond-Bancroft twice this season, beat them both times, and they are in full control as we speak right now, at least, sitting at the top of the conference, undefeated, 8-0 in conference play are the Pacelli Cardinals. So they went 4-1 today, and it was Sammy Miller with a triple today. Emily Grzinski had a triple. Emma Van Order with a base hit. Grace Rapinski had a base hit. Heitree with a base hit as well. So the Cardinals get an evenly distributed hitting matchup. And be sure to stay tuned for the highlights of tonight's game as well. We will talk with head coach Ann Molsky, and those will be on the highlights. We'll also talk with our Zaleski Highlight House player of the game, which is going to be Sammy Miller tonight. So we'll talk with Sammy Miller and Ann Molsky tonight, and those will be on the highlights tonight on the Zaleski Sports Stevens Point Facebook page, so be sure to stay tuned for those tonight. And that'll do it for the Nasonville Dairy post-game show, as Nasonville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. Head over to NasonvilleDairy.com. So the Pacelli Cardinals take down the Almond-Bancroft Eagles 4-1. And that'll do it for us here tonight. My name's Caleb Jacoby alongside Adam Mueller producing for us tonight, as we will see you guys